African continent dating back centuries. And also Turkey's decade-long economic boom has been accompanied by renewed interest in Africa. For example, last year that we have trade volume reached about $21 billion. And the win-win approach of Turkey to Africa has culminated in this burgeoning relation between the parties. And with Turkey's Africa opening policy, the forum aims to improve Turkey's commercial and investment relations with African countries and the continent as a whole, as well as increase the involvement of Turkish companies in the African geography by providing networking platforms to gather the political leaders, the senior decision makers, and the head of the government, top-notch executives, and etc. And as DAIC, we promote all diversified sectors which Africa needs, and the main ones are the construction, contracting, infrastructure, energy, and health. We encourage producing together, even to selling to the third countries, and share the profit together. And in this forum, we will just concentrate on mainly three areas. One is the textile, and the other one is the tourism, and the other one is the construction, contracting, infrastructure, and energy. And as you know, Turkey is very strong in the apparel sector. It's the second biggest this is the second biggest sector among the others in Turkey, almost 12% of the total export. And in 2007, it was $17 billion. So within the forum program, the topic will be Africa's position in the changing pattern of international textile trade and Turkey's potential collaboration. And it will be discussed with the keynote speakers in this forum. And by 2016, Turkey is the 10th most popular touristic destinations in the world, according to UN records. And in 2017, it's almost 37 million people came to Turkey, and then we have a lot of hotel chains and 824 hotels. That's a lot of things. So we have a know-how and also an experience in tourism. So it will be also talked during the forum under the topic, what will shape the future of tourism Africa in next 10 years?
Right.
Infrastructure, investment, and technology. And the third main subject will be infrastructure and construction and energy under the topic collaboration between Turkey and Africa on construction, infrastructure, and energy, including also the PPP projects.
So one of the key phrases you use is win-win. So obviously this is a two-way benefits for tourism, two-way benefits for textiles.
Yeah, of course. It's just a joint investments and joint partnerships and you name it. I don't know. Yeah.
So how would the organisation assist either African entrepreneurs or Turkish entrepreneurs to invest successfully in Turkey or vice versa?
Well, in this forum, it's a really top-notch executives and very important guests will be present. And it will be, the opening remarks will be made by the president, the term president of African Union, the president of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, and also our president, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan. And there will be welcoming receptions and also G2B meetings. All ministers, it will be, I think it's about more than 60 ministers will be attending. And then there will be G2B meetings where the ministers will present the priority projects in their countries, investment environment, and the Turkish companies who have success stories in Africa will explain these things in the parallel panels, and they will share their experiences, and also the major priority projects will be listed, and then they will be discussed with the sectoral experts. And this will be a very, very important and a top-notch forum shall be held in Turkey in the next month.
So who will actually be joining in the forum, and how would they join it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy. There is a website. It's www.turkeyafricaforum.org. So that all the participants can go there and just pre-register. themselves, and then after the confirmation they will receive a logistic information, and there's no registration fee for African participants, and but also there is a also purchasing delegation program offering complimentary accommodation. But the participants who wants to have these things, and that should contact to the embassies and also the trade missions in their countries, because it's a limited space for these things. And the participants' profiles are just the head of the governments, ministers, banks and financial institutions, and company executives, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and Turkish and African diasporas, and African diplomatic missions, and media, etc. So it's going to be a big event.
Broad and encompassing. Now,
Yeah.
okay, you mentioned three areas that I can easily understand: the textiles, the tourism, and construction.
Infrastructure and energy.
Now, can you put a little bit of flesh on that? How is Dyke? Dyke is aiming to build partnership with African countries, but and business people. Can you give me some examples of specific businesses that have been promoted by the organisation?
Well, I mean, the DAIC is established in 1986 as a foreign assigned to organize and manage the foreign economic relations of the Turkish private sector. And lately in 2014, it's restructured, and it's the business diplomacy organization, comprising business councils and founding institutions. So it has 95 founding institutions, which covers all size of enterprises in Turkey, and also 144 in total business councils, where the 137 are the country business councils, and 5 of them are sectoral that you just touched just a minute ago about the infrastructure. For example, energy business council, health business council, education, and international technical consultancy, and also logistics. And so in total, 137 is concentrated on the bilateral relations of the countries, and the 5 is covering all the countries. So it's a working as a big business diplomacy, and we are just task is to enhance and the bilateral relations of Turkey with Africa, and I hope that it's just going to be good results in this scheme. Yeah.
And it's able to bring businesses of all sizes together, I imagine.
Yes, all sizes. I mean, there is no size limit for this, and it starts from the small, medium size, and to the big international organizations, companies. They are the members.
Right, and so obviously your priority is to promote the business interests of the members of the forum.
Members of DAIC.
Of DAIC, sorry. But what about non-members? Can you assist non-members to become members of the organisation?
Well, like in every organisation, and there's a membership procedures. And the procedure is outlined very easily in the website of DAIC, in the www.daic.org.tr.
And DAIC is D-E-I-K?
D-E-I-K, yes.
So www.deik.com.
Yes. Yeah, and so there's very easy just to go inside the website and follow up the instructions, and then you'll see there's a membership procedures, and then you touch this, and then you'll have the steps to follow. And at the end of the day, after the application, the board of DAIC will just to give the decision on the acceptance of the membership. So it's an easy thing to do. Of course, like every organization, there are some criteria, but at the end, the decision will be the board of DAIC.
And your aim is to move forward and to develop. So obviously you're not wanting to present unnecessary hurdles. So that's very important. Sure. But I guess one of the big hurdles that people have is a mental one that people have when thinking about investing in foreign countries. They have preconceptions about what the country is like, and maybe Africans are sceptical about allowing moving forward investments in Europe because of past histories.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that Turkey has a rather different approach. It's looking at a win-win approach. So how can you achieve that, and how can you move things forward?
Well, I just, in order to answer this question, I think it's better just, I would like to emphasize on the Turkish entrepreneurship, Turkish, let's say, a nation, maybe it's a Turkish companies. And the risk, the first thing is the risk perception of the Turkish companies are lower than the other competitors, let's say. So that's why you can see many Turkish entrepreneurs, many Turkish companies, even in, I don't know, just about 180, more than 180 countries in the world. So you can see everywhere a Turkish, a person or company and conducting business. So they are service providers all in the countries and etc. The second important point to understand Turkish is that the products and the services provided by Turkish companies do have the quality, the high quality based on international standards. But despite it's relatively competitive in price. Furthermore, the flexibility and quick decision making, practicality in finding optimum solutions, and experience in partnerships of Turkish business people make Turkey a reliable partner to African countries. In the business life, the people knows that the partnerships are not easy.
Indeed.
So there are, well, to us, just there are 4 facts, key facts to reach a cooperation, and to ask some questions. There's 4 questions. Is cooperation born from a demand? We have to ask. And then the second one is, are the partners who will cooperate qualified enough to meet this demand? And the third one, do these partners need each other to meet the demand? And the third one is, the fourth one is, did the partners or potential partners have confidence, a mutual confidence, or they can build easily mutual confidence in between? So we Turkish business people are confident about facts and are the right partners for a win-win situation for all African continent and all countries. So, so we are exactly the right partners to African countries with our know-how, experience, and our empathy. The most important thing.
And as you said, it's the focus on win-win, and so the benefit from both sides. I'm particularly interested in knowing the beautiful fabrics that come out of Africa, and also the high-quality fabrics that come out of Turkey. To see that these two very strong products coming together and being able to enhance each other, obviously gives a new opportunity for all.
Correct.
Well, I wish you every best luck with the Turkish Africa Forum, and thank you very much for joining us here in the studio today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll continue now with the main news, which has